Yo, what's up GameLeapers? Coach Cheese back at it, and in this video we are revealing the 11 best AD carries for 11.2, and you are definitely going to want to stick around until the number 1 because, well, this champion isn't your typical AD carry, and if any of you can guess who it is, I will personally escort you on over to our amazing website GameLeap.com, where you can get access to our exclusive Challenger tier content by signing up today. Join thousands of your fellow summoners and get clicking. Links as always in the description and comment section. So in 11.2 there were changes to a few AD carries and to some items that have impacted the marksman landscape, so let's get into it. And starting us off at number 11 is a marksman that is certainly harder than most, but if you can master him, you will reap the rewards, just like we do when you watch all those pro guides ads for us, and that's a Felios. Now I know what you're thinking, if Felios has a low win rate, how can he be a top AD carry? Alright, hold your horses. Any champion that has a high skill ceiling will have a lower win rate because they are harder to win with, but there's a reason that Felios has been played a ton in the pro scene over the last week, and that's because you can 1v9 if you can play him. In low elo, if you know the intricacies of your weapons and play as a ranged champion, you can crush lane and the game. Likewise in high elo. Because you don't have an escape though, it is essential. Like, you cannot be successful on a Felios if you play him like Lucian or Tristana. Positioning is everything. So when you're in lane, stand on the other side of the lane to the enemy support so you are safer, and at least if they engage onto anyone, it is your support and not you, and that's when you can go ham. Now the recent changes to Renan's Hurricane, one of a Felios' core items, have helped him immensely. It's now 800 gold cheaper than what it used to be, and now grants 45% attack speed, which is a massive spike. This allows you to hit your IE spike faster and cycle through your weapons extremely quickly, so at fights you can take advantage of the power each weapon offers. Again, no headbutting. Just ahead of a Felios, we have an AD carry that is also played a lot as a mid laner because of his crazy early game power. So if you want to win bot lane as early as level 2, there aren't many better picks than Lucian. Now this patch has certainly been kind to Lucian because, like a Felios, one of your core items got buffed, Essence Reaver. So when you get ER, and this should always be after Kraken Slayer, you will be restoring more mana than before from your Spellblade passive. Now this is obviously great because now you can spam your abilities and your passive way more than you were before this patch, meaning you don't fall off as hard mid and late game. Now Lucian is a little tricky to play. Let me give you a tip that you can apply straight away in your games to stop you from getting pinged. Your passive is everything, and this dictates how you combo. So each time you use an ability, especially if you're looking to kill someone, make sure to auto attack in between your spells. If I ever see you dashing in and queuing without auto attacking, no more Mr. Nice Coach Cheese. Alright, up next at number 9 is a marksman who has honestly been one of the best and consistent AD carries for patches now. She's a strong laner, offers a lot in team fights, and that's Ashe. Now the Runar's Hurricane buffs have put Ashe, like a Felios, in an even stronger position than previous patches, and even though she might lack the burst damage of some of the better AD carries on our list, at range she is extremely hard to get onto if she has any form of peel, and has incredible DPS with her ranger's focus, her Q. Yes, she's picked a lot in pro play because of her utility and players are voice combing it, but that has nothing to do with the fact Ashe has had at least a 50% win rate in solo queue for the last few months, and right now in higher levels of play, that's 55%, one of the highest of the bunch. Now because you're such a good lane bully, this opens up opportunities for your teammates as well, right? Because you'll give your jungler priority for Scuttle Crab and Dragons. You can help out your whole team as well with your Hawk Shot by shooting it through enemy jungle camps and spotting the enemy jungler, and here's the tip for you to dominate lane. Your Q is an auto attack reset, so one tactic is to auto the minions 3 times to gain 3 stacks of your ranger's focus, and when you auto attack them again as you would to last hit, press Q as soon as you throw out that 4th auto, and guess what? You can basic attack again straight away with your extra arrows. Even if you just master this, guys, I guarantee you will win lane more and more games as a result. Now coming in next at number 8, we have one of the best 1v9 champions in the game who is still banned in almost 50% of games because she is so frustrating to play against. I know most of you probably despise her at this point, but she is actually super fun and is still going strong. It is Samira. Out of all the dueling AD carries, she may be the weakest maybe, but this class is so strong she is still more than viable. Now in terms of build, Shield Bow is always your mythic because, well, lifesteal is a huge part of your kit with your ultimate and conquer of course. Then you want to build the collector, and then Infinity Edge if you're really snowballing, or Bloodthirsty if you need more survivability. Now most players for whatever reason think that when you W as Samira you can't do anything else. Well, you can't auto attack, that's true, but you can use your E and Q. So when you're fighting with your W active, E and Q through the target enemy. Also keep in mind that your ulti only lasts 2 seconds and can be interrupted by CC. So if you use this at the start of a fight before the enemy CC has been used, your spinning around in a bear circle ability, shout out to Captain Flowers, will be interrupted. So be be patient and wait for those key cooldowns to be used before going in and pentakilling. Okay, up next we have a champion who received some huge buffs in 11.2, and these have seen her skyrocket in the win rate department. Now I know most of you are playing her as a support, but as an AD carry she is now right up there with the best of them, and that's Senna. So this patch, Riot did actually buff Senna mainly for the support role, but some of these are great for AD carry Senna. As you can see on screen now, your attack speed ratio is higher, so the later the game goes, which is when you shine anyway, the more damage you can deal. Your wraiths spawn more often and now grant over twice as much gold, which is huge for your scaling. The AD ratio on your Q went up by 10%, so again, when you have a few items, especially lethality items, you are going to be shredding HP bars, and on top of all that, if you really want to push the boundaries and go Kraken Slayer, your Q counts as a Kraken Slayer stack. So a simple combo of auto-attacking, Qing, and then auto-attacking again would proc Kraken's true damage. For your build guys, build a Manamune, Dustblade, the Collector, and a Rapid Fire Cannon, and you will be able to make the most of these awesome buffs. And if you're happy about Senna's return to the top, let me know in the comments, guys. Alright, following Senna, we have a champion who, like Lucian, has seen a lot of play in the mid lane recently because of her insane one-shot potential, and that's Tristana. Now to complement this all-in capability you have, take Hail of Blades as your keystone, and when you jump in with your rocket jump, you have increased attack speed for your next 3 auto attacks. That makes it so much easier to trigger your explosive charge. Now one quick tip when you do decide to jump in, either target mid-air. This means that when you teabag them, you apply a stack towards detonating that charge. Think about this meta for a second as well. Even though you can still do well on team-oriented AD carries if you like, for solo queue, those marksmen who can fight without needing their team to protect them and engage for them excel, and Trist is one of them. Kraken Slayer, Storm Razor, Infinity Edge. Once you get to your IE spike, guys, your damage is nuts because your E scales off crit, and you will be able to explode even the tankiest of champions. Now, just ahead of Tristana is a champion who, like Ashe, has been one of the premier AD carries for patches now. Reason being, her synergy with Kraken Slayer is the best in the game. And like Tristana, she doesn't need her hand-holding to be effective. So if you like fending for yourself, then Vayne is one AD carry you have to do it on. The Kraken Slayer is your first major buy. Yep, because your Silver Bolts work with Kraken's passive. And after you get Kraken, build a Phantom Dancer, then Infinity Edge, and you will win games like no tomorrow. Trust me. You have the movement speed, 60% crit, the damage, the slipperiness, everything. Now when you're playing Vayne, your laning phase isn't the best and you can get bullied hard. So I'm going to teach you how to stand up to those bullies. You are the best chaser in the game because you gain bonus movement speed when you run towards an enemy champion. This is because you're passive. So early on, let the enemy bot lane push into you, and when they overreach trying to make it hard for you to say yes, let's say, that's when it's go time. With your ultimate, this is even more deadly because your bonus MS is tripled. Remember this in team fights as well, it's very important, and you will get more kills because of it. Now we're into the heavy hitters, guys, and these next 3 AD carries are juggernauts in the bot lane at the moment. And before we reveal them, a quick friendly reminder to head on over to our website to master any of the champions we mentioned in the video, GameLeap.com. It's one thing to listen to me on the YT talk about them, it's another to listen to the best of the best at a specific champion, so don't waste any time, links down below. Alright, coming in at number 4, can you guys guess who it is just off that? It is Riot's perfect champion and an AD carry who's been the most popular pick for months. It's Jhin, of course. Now even after Eclipse and the Collector got nerfed in the preseason, Jhin has still managed to remain at the summit of AD carries because he simply hits harder than the others. Now in this patch he has taken a pretty big hit because Gale Force, his best mythic, its active's cooldown is back to 90 seconds, so no longer 60, which kinda sucks. But still, if you build a Gale Force into the Collector, into a Rapid Fire Cannon, you will still win a load of games. Now when you're ahead, you are one of the scariest marksmen to come up against, so to make sure you win lane and put yourself in a winning position, do not waste your 4th shot. If you have to last hit a cannon minion, by all means use it, but if there's no reason to use it, stand on top of your creeps and threaten the enemy bot lane. They will run from you and they will give up gold. If they don't, you can just blow them to bits. We're now at the top 3, guys, and starting off the podium places where you have an AD carry that is a must-play the next 10 days or so, and that's because she is broken. She has a strong laning phase, powerful abilities, and can pop off in teamfights, and it is Misfortune. You are very similar to Jhin, so picking either of these powerhouses, you'll be fine either way. But there's a subtle difference with your build for MF. So Gale Force, the Collector, and for your 3rd item, build an Infinity Edge. Your double up, your Q, and your ultimate scale with critical strike chance, so getting an IE 3rd is crucial. Now 2 quick tips before you send it on the Rift. Use your E, make it rain to slow the enemy champions, and then use your bullet time. Also, put your bullet time on smart cast. I've seen way too many AD carries who I've coached normal cast their ultimate, and this wastes time, even if it's half a second. Your ultimate doesn't last all day, so as soon as your teammate's CC lands or you slow them with your E, bang, you are bullet timing on time. Do this and build these 3 items. You are going to have a blast. And if you're having a blast watching the video, guys, please let me and the crew know by clicking that thumbs up down below. All right, number 2, the runner-up is a champion who has actually played more than Jhin at the moment and is a priority pick because she is busted beyond belief in the right hands, and that's Kaisa. Now, I know all of us meta abusers will be buying Kaisa because she's one of the best. That's me included, by the way. So let me give you a build and one huge tip. I've said that before. That will help you destroy everyone. Now, get a serrated dirk on your first base and sit on it. Not literally, because that would hurt. I mean, leave it in your inventory and then work towards your mythic Kraken Slayer. You can still go Gale Force, but yeah, the 90-second cooldown revert, I'm not a fan of it. But if you think you need it, no worries. Then finish off your dirk by buying the Collector and then Runan's Hurricane. This gives you an early Q evolve and then an E evolve. And by the way, we made a super in-depth Kaisa guide a few days ago, which you can check out if all of this sounds like gibberish. Now, one tip that you can use immediately and win lane is to get used to auto-attacking and queuing. It sounds so tedious, but legit, this is the most efficient early game combo, and you will use this mini combo if you like throughout a game, so create that muscle memory. All right, we have arrived at number 1, and like we always do, we're going to play a game of Who Am I? This time sponsored by Jar Jar Blinks, I love the name, who has forgotten my name. It's Coach... Actually, yeah, I've forgotten too, never mind. Okay, the clues. I am normally played as a support, sometimes as a mid laner, but I've recently had great success as a bot lane AP carry. My go-to items are Moonstone Renewer, Staff of Flowing Water, and Ardent Sensor. I have great poke and wave clear in lane, and my ultimate, if I don't miss it, can win team fights on its own. Seeing as critical strike items are weak, I can bully AD carries at range throughout the whole game, and in Master and above, I win close to 60% of my games. If you did get it from my X Factor winning voice, the best bot laner SAD AP carry is Seraphine. Now please try it out in your games before taking my head off in the comments, and you will see exactly why players at the top level are abusing her. She's broken. Thanks so much for watching the video, guys. Please subscribe and turn on all notifications. This has been Coach Cheese, and until tomorrow's upload, peace.